caution.
Agent in need of backup.
What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. Today's build video is going to be a very good DPS rifle build. In my opinion, one of the best DPS rifle builds currently in the game. This is amazing for team play and solo play. You guys can kill waves of enemies without even knowing that you're killing enemies. You can eradicate up to 3 enemies, dealing 100% damage of the enemy you're shooting to the other 2 enemies, killing them, helping your team get through waves and waves. So it's very strong in team play. We're also going to be boosting our teammates' damage. We will actually take no damage every time we peek to shoot an enemy. Not only will we be immune to explosion, so we cannot be blown up out of cover, but every time we aim, we are immune to damage for 2 seconds from any kind. You can tank any types of damage. That's why this is so strong for playing in or solo in a group in any kind of mission, even in the raid. If you guys are doing any kind of here's the thing, guys. If you go and you play the raid and you need to peek to do damage to Lucy, that turret won't touch you because you are immune to damage. This could be really good in the raid. It's very strong in any kind of builds. In any kind of situation in this game, PvE situation. PvP, it can be utilized, but it's very situational, and I wouldn't really recommend using this gear set in PvP. Let's have a look and see specialization quickly. I'm going to try and make these videos a bit shorter. Sometimes I waffle on a bit, but the thing is, I want to try explain everything in detail so as to mitigate the comments as much as I can, because I can't reply everyone's comments. So we're going to have a look and see why I use sharpshooter. If you guys use any kind of DPS build, this is going to be the cover DPS build. So we're going to be utilizing a lot of damage. So we want to have the tactician drone. We're getting lots of headshot damage, which is great for rifles, and marksman rifle damage and rifle damage. So it's very important to have this, especially if you're on console, for breath control. If you need it for stability, it helps a lot. Everything else should be active by now, so I'm sure you guys understand. I'm going to be utilizing rifles. You can use whatever you want. You can use snipers. Sniper works really well with this build, but the M1A is too strong at the moment, so that's why I'm going to be using this. So this is the cover DPS build. We're going to have a look and see what I'm doing exactly. So this is mostly a damage build. We've got 900k armor, so you're going to be surprised how much damage you can tank, because every time you pop out of cover, you're immune to damage as to spread this proc from the Negotiator's Dilemma. As you guys can see, that's what I'm utilizing. So the first thing we need to go over is I'm using the M1A. Very strong. Boomerang, in my opinion, is one of the best damage talents at the moment. 50% chance to return the bullet to the magazine, and it gives you a lot more damage, and this is definitely good if you have max crit chance, which we do have. That's why I'm going to be making sure that I use this. Mod it, go through everything, put crit chance, guys. Crit. If you max out your crit, it's completely up to you guys. Don't just listen to me. That's why I don't even need to show you guys what I'm modding, because for one, no one has the same mods. 2, you guys might have less crit chance than me in the build, where then you would have to roll crit chance on your gun or put the mod as crit chance. If you have 60% crit chance in your build, go here and put crit damage. So you guys need to make sure you do that. I use the White Death. It's my favorite sniper. 137% headshot damage, which is really great. I've put Ranger. This also works amazingly with this build. So we're going to go over each piece. Well, firstly, we're going to go over the Negotiator's Dilemma set and why do we use this. It's very good right now in PvE. So if you guys have a look, we're getting 15% crit chance, 20% crit damage. Now, the hostile negotiations is very strong, because we can mock up to 3 marks on players. Now, if you use the chest piece, I think it's up to 5, but trust me, guys, you don't want to use that. If you're in a group, you definitely want to utilize the chest piece that I've got on now. And the backpack is very important because it's from 60% to 100%, but we'll get to that now. All right, so for 20 seconds, enemies are marked. So 3 marks in total. When you critically hit a marked enemy, all other marked enemies take 60% of the damage dealt. Whenever a marked enemy dies, gain 2% critical hit damage, stacking up to 20 times. That's 40% crit damage, guys, which is insane. So make sure you do that until combat ends. So we will be shooting enemies. This is how you're going to play with this build. Every time you see that logo pop up on an enemy, it'll be in red. You move on to the next enemy, and then the next one. On the third enemy, you just keep moving. It's like a chain. You'll be always dealing this like over 1 million damage to 3 enemies at a time. It's very, very good at crowd control. In legendary missions, this is crazy strong. So definitely, if you guys want to use this build in legendaries, this will allow you, like let's say 3 enemies run past and you manage to mark all 3. Even if they go around the corner in cover, you can still do damage. And the best part of this is if you can mark, let's say 2 whatever enemies around the corner and they're hiding, strong enemies, and there's a boss or a very tanky enemy, those other 2 will die. And you'll be able to kill the boss as well because you're dealing a lot of damage anyway. So it's very, very good utility for this build. And the reason why we're using Sawyer's Kneepads is because we can apply this buff whilst being in cover. We're going to without taking any damage when we actually aim to apply this. So this is why this works so well. We're going to get to that in a second. The chest piece is going to be Overlord because we're getting that rifle damage. It's very important. But here's the thing. When you guys roll it, make sure you have... Don't waste crit chance. If you've already got max crit, go for crit damage. If you want to re-roll it, get as much crit damage as you can. But this is where it comes. The synergy comes between this piece and the Sawyer's Kneepads. So as you guys can see, I've got Overwatch. After staying in cover for 10 seconds, this does not work in PvP. This is currently bugged. In the Dark Zone, this does not work. Just letting you guys know that. If you really want to spec completely into Negotiators, I would use the chest piece as well. But here's the problem. Is that this, if you're in a team, because we're going to be using Sawyer's Kneepads, we are going to be in cover a lot. And while you're in cover, it increases your weapon damage, which it works in PvE with you and your teammates. It works, you get total weapon damage and skill damage. So that is huge utility for your teammates. By 12%, which is absolutely crazy strong. It's very, very good. And here's the best part is because we're going to need that, well, you need to proc that, we need to be in cover. This is going to even make that even better because we are going to be in cover a lot. Staying in cover without firing for 6 to 12 seconds provides damage immunity while aiming for 1 to 2 seconds. As you guys saw from the clip, you don't take any damage for up to 2 seconds. It's insane. And you cannot be staggered by explosions, which is insane. It's just so strong because that's the whole problem in this game is when you get blown up and then you get sniped or something. Not only will you not get blown up, but for some reason if you peek and you don't see a sniper will do no damage to you. It's a great combination. But that's why it's up to you guys to gauge. Do you want to maybe rather use something else? If you put the Negotiators here, then you got to take a piece away. Possibly the gloves and put Contractor's gloves. That's what I would do. Problem is you wouldn't have the rifle damage. It's up to you guys. Now the chest piece of Negotiator's Dilemma is pretty strong. Let me have a look just to show you guys exactly what I mean. It's up to you. You could use this, but if I'm honest, guys, utility from the chest piece talent that I've got is really, really good. So increases hostile Negotiator's mark count from 3 to 5. So that's completely up to you guys. That would be good, but that would be a different build to this. As you guys can see, the utility and synergy is great for team play. But if you're going to play completely solo, you could consider doing that, but it's up to you guys. So the holster, I've gone for weapon damage crit chance. We don't have to explain any more of this. Negotiator is just great for any kind of crit build. That's why with rifles as well, don't forget, we get crit damage as the core attribute, which is just crazy strong. Backpack, this is very necessary on any kind of Negotiators build. I have a pretty bad one right now, which is terrible. I just can't get a good one. Try get as much crit damage as you can there, guys. That's what I would go for. Critical measures. So this actually increased the damage taken by marked enemies from 60% to 100. It's crazy strong. Make sure to have the backpack. It's really, really good. So I tried it with the chest piece, not the backpack. And you know what? Having more enemies, it's a bit more tricky. You concentrate too much on doing the enemies, like marking all of them. But this is just way better because you could kill the other one so much faster with that major buff, which is 40%, which is really good. So the gloves, I've gone for weapon damage, crit chance. It's up to you guys. Crit damage, crit chance, whatever you get to max out your crit chance. Make sure you don't max it out, otherwise you're wasting utility. Sawyer's Kneepads, how are you going to get this? Just farm targeted loot, Kneepads. I recommend it, guys. You can even go into the dark zone. I think the dark zone might be Kneepads right now. Just have a look. Targeted loot in the dark zone for Kneepads is the best. Go and farm it, and hopefully you guys get it. Explosive resistance and health. Explosive resistance is what I'm going to roll away, because that's obviously not even a thing anymore, because we can just you can't be staggered by explosions. You do take damage from it, so I guess it could actually work well with it now that I look at that. But it's completely up to you guys. I love these Kneepads. I think they work really well with the way that I've set this up, and I'm really happy. So it's completely up to you guys. Like I said before, this is meant for group play, but you can use it solo. But like I said before, this Overwatch and Sawyers, it really, really helps your team. Whether it be your teammates are using Seeker Mines or DPSs, yeah, that 12% is weapon and skill. And the fact that you can just pop out of cover and not take any damage while placing the marks. And here's the thing as well, guys. If you run 2 players in a team with this, guess what? Guess what? It stacks. 24%. Shh, don't tell anybody that. But yes, it's bugged. It's not bugged. It sometimes works. Sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, 24%, guys. So there's a bit of a hint. Now, I think you can do the math if you can all run it in one team. So I'm not going to say any more. So definitely do that. So when you're modding it, crit damage all the way around. We're going to look at the stats and see how well we're doing. My crit damage is terrible because this build is not min-maxed, but the crit chance is maxed out. Nice headshot damage right there. Defensive, don't worry about that. That doesn't matter. Nothing else really matters as long as we're doing damage. I'm hitting quite hard across the board. I use the tactician drone because this thing is beautiful. It just scans everything around you, and it's just really, really good. It helps me because it's only got a 19-second cooldown and allows me to see all the enemies so that I can apply the Negotiator's marks onto them. Revive a hive as well. So that's self-explanatory. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. This is my cover DPS build. Remember to decide if you want to make this a solo build, then change the Negotiator's chest piece, then use that. But if you're in a team, you can see how strong this can be utilized, especially if more than one of you guys is using this. You can do huge damage. So anyways, guys, hope you did enjoy this build video. I really did. I love this build. This is my new rifle build. I use it all the time. So leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Division 2 content, and I'll be seeing you agents in the next one. Peace out, guys.